That could get us to 100,000 people per day. To give you an idea, that's an entire visit of one week, depending on what the week is.
Hey, Steve. How we doing? No sound. Can't hear you. You're muted.
How are you?
Good. I figured you'd like the background.
Oh my God, I love it. Awesome, awesome. That is a huge improvement.
Well, I could, I've been playing around. I had a couple different ones I've been going to. This has been my favorite so far, but
yeah, I like that.
yeah, I figured for humor on certain calls, I could do the Oval Office kind of help.
I like it. That's awesome. Everybody okay by you?
Yeah, we're hanging in there. Just recruiting wise, having some challenges, but it's what it is.
Yes, sir. That's the going around. I'll say that.
Yeah. Well, Compass is now opening in my backyard, so that just changed everything.
Yeah, I know. I heard we had a team leader call the other day about it.
Yeah.
It's okay. They opened here about a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, and they've been going downhill for the last year. So
yeah,
maybe a bit of a bump in the road in the beginning, but people come running back, Steve. Yeah.
We haven't lost anyone. We were doing a merger, and that company decided to go there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
In fact, in a weird way, that's better than losing someone who is with us. They never showed up.
So. Right. That's true. Yeah.
They took the shiny penny, which is the big check.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. And then they're going to find out they get no support, and there's a whole list of things, but.
How many people are we expecting?
I have no idea. It's always, one Zoom session, we could have 80. The next Zoom session, we could have 30. We never know. Yeah.
Got it.
And midday around lunchtime seems to be a little bit of a funky time, unfortunately, but yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah, but I mean, this morning on our morning call, I think we had almost 100, and so many people were excited for this call. So
nice.
Let's hope they show up. They're just probably checking in late.
No problem. Not a problem.
So how did your MCA do with transmittal? Everything okay?
Yeah, it's just, we had our best March ever. Like we crushed it, and then we had to do some things we didn't want to do, but we were still had a small profit. So
yeah, good.
I mean, look, you have to remember, my market center was born September 1st, 2008.
I know, right?
So everything I've done for the past 11 years was prepare for this market.
Right. Totally.
Like, the market's great. Yeah, the market's great. Yeah, the market's great. And what are we doing to make sure nothing's going to affect us that at all? Nothing.
Right. Yeah. So you're in good position. That's great.
Like we don't have to change much. You know,
Right, right.
our expenses are low, our rent's low, our everything's low. I mean, yeah, a couple extra things we could get rid of, but
Right.
like we're really run a lean and mean operation.
That's awesome. That's
Yeah.
great. I mean, it's good to be in a constant, practice shift all the time.
Yeah, in a weird way, we've never, gone crazy on expenses. Our office rent for 3,300 square feet is $9,000 a month.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah, I think you told me that. That's great.
Yeah. So it's a little bit more manageable. So yeah.
Totally. All right. I granted you as host, so you could run with it when you're ready.
No problem. No
Cool.
problem. I'll wait a few more minutes for people to log on. How you guys doing? Good?
Yeah. Everybody's good. Yeah, really good.
Either in the chat window or something, give me some good news today. Tell me something good. Tell me something going on. Give me something fun.
Yeah, guys, chat with Steve.
Yeah.
Steve, thanks for being here.
No problem. Carlos, I love the Tiger Man background.
Sorry about that.
Funny guy.
That is hysterical.
I mean, I can give you the one I had on before. For those of you guys who were logged on earlier, I had a fun one that I found. So that was a good one.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, you should get the one on the desk. Then
yeah, if I could get that one, I'd be really, really happy. Hey Dan.
Yeah, really.
How are you? Yeah. So then, and the other one I did, we were talking in one of my other Zoom calls about being a spammer. How realtors are really good at being spammers. So I was able to, catch that background because, we love sending messages to everyone because we think what we have to say is so important. That doesn't always work that way. Okay. So love that, Amy. Thank you for that. That's great. That's great.
That's really funny, Amy.
So, yeah, it was actually fun to be on a call with Jason Abrams recently, and he had a big smiley face emoji and sad face emoji, and he said, "Which way do you want to go?" And he's like going back and forth between the two over his shoulder as his background.
He's awesome.
So,
He's great. So, guys, if you want to post a quick question, something you may have about technology for Steve, we'll manage all those questions for you.
Yeah, and also just, guys, we're going over Facebook ads today to show you guys how to generate leads from Facebook and business, and I hope you're doing that now. If you've never, ever, ever placed an ad on Facebook right now with Command, Keller Williams International is giving you a $25 credit if you spend $75.
Yes, sir.
So, that's something that they've come out with, and just so you guys know, the more people who take advantage of it, the more coupons they're going to give in the future. So this is a test case, especially for the people who've never run a Facebook ad before. So they want to see the people who haven't done it, who haven't ever run a Facebook campaign or Instagram campaign to run one, so that they can give you guys more coupons. All right. So encourage that around your market center for those people who haven't done it. Okay.
Yeah, Carlos, you sending that out, or did you send that out already?
I will send it out at before the 4 o'clock thing.
Okay, great.
And to remind everyone to log on at 4:30.
Those of you who have done a Facebook ad already on Command, I'm looking at you. I know some of you have. Don't think that you know everything. Stay on for what Steve is going to show you, because you'll learn something new for sure.
Yeah. So okay. So let's just go into it real quick, and I'll share my screen with you guys. And feel free to use the chat window or ask me any questions at all. With anything going on with the Command system, but we'll focus on Facebook leads today. You guys all can see my screen, correct?
Yes.
And you can see, like, recently, as of 21 minutes ago, I got a new lead in on one of my Facebook campaigns, and then 25 minutes ago. So far 3 new leads have come in the past half hour from the ad campaigns that I'm running right now. And again, for me, the goal is quick conversion, knowing that most Facebook leads are a 3 to 6 month lead time, but I've got 2 buyers closing right now from a campaign I ran in February, and they're $1 million buyers, and they're both closing tomorrow. So that's nice, because that's
nice.
a $50 ad spend, and I'm going to get $50,000 in revenue. That's not a bad return on investment.
That's amazing.
So I could say that's a pretty good day. Anytime I can run an ad and get leads and then convert, that's the best way to do it. So for those of you who have not connected your Facebook business page to run an ad in Command, you need to have your Facebook business page connected to the system. That's number one. To create a campaign, you're just going to go over here to the left-hand side to the campaigns button of the screen and go into your campaigns dashboard. It will load to your last window that was open. This is my most recent dashboard of what's happening with my campaigns, my connected accounts, what's happening with those connected accounts, my leads, how much I'm spending, and where my campaigns are getting the most engagement. Okay. Am I getting likes? Am I getting shares? Am I getting et cetera? This is all a new dashboard that keeps rolling out and updating, and this will change when it updates. So again, my top performing campaigns, which one I've got the most leads for in the past 30 days, which is my lowest cost per lead in the past 30 days. And you can change your metrics up here year to date or the past 12 months. Okay. And this is all new dashboard they just rolled out. You can also go into the paid ads section and see similar information. So anything along the lines of, I'll make sure I discuss follow-up and conversion. Don't worry, I will definitely circle back around to that. So you'll see over here your campaigns that you're running. You'll see the ones that are active, which ones are completed, your cost per click, the number of clicks you've gotten, the cost per lead. My best performing campaign was this one I did back in February. This one got me 91 cents a lead for 55 leads. I also ran one that cost $1.39 and $1.35 for the same house. And one was 37 leads and 36 leads. So that's about 100 some leads, almost 120 leads for 3 different ads, of which, as I said, 2 came off of this one that are now buyers that are buying $1 million homes right now, and they're closing tomorrow. So my thought was $50 spent or $150 spent for all 3, and I've got $50,000 in revenue coming in. I will do that all day long. I will spend $50 bucks to get $50,000 in revenue every day. That's a win-win proposal for me as a real estate agent. Okay. So some best practices when creating the campaign. I hear a lot of people say, I want to do video, or I want to do this, or I want to do that. There's some best practices of generating all these leads for me. So
Okay.
A couple things. One, make your content short. Have 3 to 5 great pictures. If you're going to do a video, your video cannot be longer than 15 seconds long. Did you hear that? Your video link cannot be more than 15 seconds long. And this is based strictly on what Facebook has told us. It's got nothing to do except what Facebook has told us from Family Reunion. What are the best practices to get you the most amount of leads? Okay. What you guys might not know, and I don't know if you've heard this stat before, there are 266 million people in the United States at any one time who could log on to Facebook. 168 million people log on for 30 minutes a day at least. Just let that number sink in. 168 million people log on for at least 30 minutes or more a day. That means the combined viewership of the Super Bowl, the Grammys, and the Oscars doesn't come close to what logs on to Facebook every single day, 365 days a year. There are 206 million people in the United States who log on at least twice a week. So you got 168 million people daily, and 206 million people log on at least twice a week. If you don't think it should be one of your primary ad channels to generate leads for your business, you're fooling yourself. And if you can craft a strategy around that, you're going to be able to right away build a big business. So first part of this process is generating the leads. Second part of the process is going to be the follow-up around those leads. Okay? So far, so good? Great. Any questions, comments, stories, jokes, anecdotes? Okay, good. Good. So you're going to click create a new campaign in the campaign button and click social ad paid. If you haven't done this before, whatever you pick here doesn't affect your ad. So I could pick brand awareness, but I could advertise a list. I can pick that. It really depends on you, what you want to have as your goal. So I'll just call this, Stanford Test Campaign. I'm going to advertise one listing. By the way, if you guys want to give me a listing you want me to advertise for you, and I'll get you some leads, no problem. Just know you owe me a referral fee if they turn around and buy something, okay? So I'm going to run a campaign on Facebook, and I'm going to set up my campaign. Now, remember, when you have a choice what to pick for setting up your campaign, you want to make sure you pick either Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter, not all three or not two. You split your money and you don't get the best return on your investment. Okay? So far, so good? Questions, comments, stories, jokes? We're good? Great.
Can you repeat what you just said, Steve, please?
Sure. When you run an ad and at the bottom of the screen it says pick your channel, only pick one channel. Pick just on Instagram or just on Facebook or just on Twitter. Do not split and check more than one box. You will not get your return on your investment. You will not see the same number of leads. You're splitting your cost for your leads, and the algorithm doesn't like that. Facebook's algorithm likes Facebook, or Instagram's algorithm likes Instagram. It doesn't like that you're splitting the money. Okay?
Awesome.
So pick one channel at a time that you're going to be advertising on.
Hey, Steve, we have a little bit of a bidding war going on in the chat box for you to pick
I
their
know,
property.
I could tell. I could tell this is good. So you're willing to have me run an ad for $50 and get you a referral fee, and I'll put them in my follow-up campaign. Like, you're okay with that? Yes? Like, I find that hysterical. You know, I find that funny. But 252 Farmingville Road in Ridgefield. All right. So, you know, when you come in here, it shows you your active listings. You can also pick your all statuses. So I can look at my past listings and I can run a campaign on my past listings. Or I can pick, as you know, all my listings. And this will insert the entire KW listing system. This is the entire KWLS. If you're going to advertise someone else's listing, I'm going to ask you to get permission before you advertise that listing. Okay? Always get permission. Don't just take someone else's listing, all right, and automatically put it in there. Okay? So I have permission to advertise this listing? Yes? We're good? Awesome. Is this it?
D, unmute yourself.
Okay, D, you're good. All right, great. Thanks, D. Appreciate it. So I'm going to press select. It's going to pull over the contact and information from it, right? So here it is, 252 Farmingville Road. It doesn't matter what, just so you guys know, it doesn't matter what I name this as the test campaign, because this is just for my knowledge. This isn't for Facebook's knowledge. This is just for me. I'm calling it Stanford because the Stanford Market Center invited me on this call, but it doesn't matter where the listing is, okay? I could call this Alaska listing campaign, and I could be running an ad for a house in Oregon, okay? It doesn't matter. All right? So FYI. So that's the listing. Antique farmhouse excludes charm, character to... Okay. D, can you unmute yourself? Because I can ask you some questions.
Okay.
D, you there?
Yes.
Great. Okay, so tell me, besides antique farmhouse, what else would make it a little more exciting for someone to click on this ad? Give me some exciting words here.
Great location, close to town, great commute, great location in town. What else can I say about it? Park-like backyard. I already said that.
Okay. Okay, so I'm changing the words as we do this. Awesome opportunity to own this classic home in a top location with expansive yard. Great to own during
It has a separate studio, no plumbing, but separate studio that could be a work or whatever you want it to be.
Okay. Do you like what I wrote? Great to own during a COVID-19 outbreak?
Yep.
All right, cool. You cool with that?
Yep.
Now, some people might find that offensive, but I'm just being brutally honest. Like, if you're stuck in an apartment right now, you want a yard.
Yep.
Yes?
Yes.
Right. So, and as you notice, as I'm typing the ad, it's typing the ad over here on the right-hand side, right? Anything else you want me to add? Learn more about this home below. And then I always like to put some Bitmojis in to bring their eye down to the actual listing. So I want to drive, use a couple Bitmojis to bring their eyes downward. So I'll add a couple more. So I always like to use odd numbers because odd numbers attract attention. So 3 is better than 2. Okay. What headline do you want me to use? Give me something catchy.
Geez, I am blank right now. I just authentic. How about if you think this is catchy? Authentic flooring.
Wait, let me ask you a question. How long has this home been on the market?
It's been on too long.
Okay. Is the price negotiable?
Somewhat.
Okay. What does somewhat mean? What's the right price for this home?
I'd go down to 475, but he's,
We do that.
why not?
I see Deb Orr in the nodding her head. Right? You like that, Deb? Yeah. Why do you like that? Tell me why you like that. Unmute yourself, Deb. Tell me why you like that.
It's a call to action.
Right.
It's asking them to do something.
Right.
Yep.
Make us an offer we can't refuse, right? Like, why not? And you're having some fun with it too, because we've got to attract their attention and get them to look at it longer than 1.5 seconds. Because you realize you have 1.5 seconds to get their attention, right?
Yep.
Okay. Just checking. Like, you have 1.5 seconds to do that. So what else do you want me to put in the description? Because that's going to fill in down here at the bottom. Anything else you want me to add?
It's got a flexible floor plan. I don't know if that you can use those words.
Okay, what does flexible floor plan mean?
Well, right now the way it's staged isn't the way he lived in it. So,
Okay.
and it is professionally staged in the picture.
Is it vacant or no?
Yep, it's vacant.
Okay, so here we go. Right?
Yep.
I'm using action words to say this home's vacant, you're stuck at home, this is the market right now. You can buy this home now and be out of your apartment in 30 days.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Right? Quick close possible and enjoy the spring and summer outside. Yes?
Yep.
How does that sound?
Perfect.
Awesome. And then I'm going to put some more Bitmojis in so they click below. You don't have to be too wordy. A lot of times realtors like to be wordy.
Yeah.
Being overly wordy gives away too much information for the consumer to say, yeah, no, I'm not interested, right? An ad's supposed to spark interest so they do something, not filter you out, correct?
Yes.
Save your
Perfect.
wordiness for your MLS. Save your wordiness for your feature sheet. Don't put your wordiness in for the ad. Okay? You've got 1.5 seconds. Think about how much information you have to convey in 1.5 seconds. A lot, right?
Love that.
So think about it from that perspective. All right, so we're going to save our ad text. So far, so good. We're going to take our media. Okay, so which photos do you want me to pick? Which ones do you like? Yard?
Yes. Well, the backyard, yeah. Or you could do the front, but the back.
Okay. I like both. So
You like that? Okay.
it shows the depth to the property right now, and a green yard is attractive right now. So yeah. Which one in the back? This one?
Where are the rest of my picture? Oh, okay.
Which one's that one looks good.
Yep. The patio is new. Yep. Looks good.
Cool. Any others? Let me give like 1 or 2 of the inside.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Okay. What else? Kitchen is good. Which one of the kitchen photos? You want to do this one
Yeah,
on the left?
that's good.
Okay.
And I do probably either the family room or the living room, either one.
Okay. You get 5 photos. So then remember, the Facebook algorithm, when the ad starts going out, whichever one gets the most clicks, that will be the photo that comes up first. All right. So the algorithm serves the photos in the order that the consumer likes, not the way we like it, and that's fine. Let them do what they do best. Get us leads for this particular listing. Okay. Which one of these do you want me to send? This one.
That's a good one. That's a family room and shows the fireplace. So that's,
Beautiful. Okay. Awesome. So we're going to save our ad media. I appreciate the referral fee offer. Let me get you some leads first and we'll go from there, okay?
okay, got it.
We can't get more interactive than this, Scott. You know, I mean, like this is, right? Steve, this is like,
This is perfect. This is great.
yeah. All right, so we're saving the ad media. We're going to configure. All right. It's going to go to my business page, and you're going to see that my business page over here changes. Right now, here's the thing, guys. When you use a site or a landing page, you're asking the consumer to re-register again. If you use the Facebook lead generation form, they don't have to re-register, and they dump into command automatically. So I'm going to encourage you, my most number of leads and the lower cost per lead is when I drive them into the Facebook lead generation form. All that is saying Facebook is giving permission to send their contact info into command. Okay? So that's why I picked that. I always like the learn more call to action label. And you can see what the ad looks like here on the right-hand side of the screen, what people are going to see. And I want to drive them back to either a landing page or my website. Okay? And now I get into custom settings. Okay, so custom settings is where I can really drive the traffic into who I believe the ideal buyer is. Okay, someone just asked a question. Is it a true statement that the most ads you run, the number of leads will go up? It's not necessarily the more ads you run will get you more leads. It's the more quality homes you list at quality prices will get you more leads, as long as you're leveraging the Facebook algorithm the right way by having 5 pictures that are quality, a little bit of information as teaser copy to get them into your site. That will generate the most leads. Don't be overly wordy. Go on Facebook and take a look. Do you see overly wordy ads on Facebook? Do you? I'm going to ask you guys a question. Do you see long ads on Facebook with a lot of copy? No, you see a video or a photo, one sentence, and a button. Don't make it longer just because you think you're a realtor. You have to be overly descriptive. We like to tell people as realtors so much, everything about the home in our description, so that they automatically go, yeah, no. Like I've seen homes where on the MLS it says 6 bedrooms, 5 baths, and in the copy where we have our comments, it says beautiful 6 bedroom, 5 baths. Like, why are you repeating yourself? Like, we already know that. Why are you making your life more difficult? So short, sweet, to the point is what Facebook's about. Be short, sweet, to the point. It's a graphical medium. It's not a wordy medium, okay? You're not writing a blog. You're posting an ad, all right? So let's see, D. We're going to go around Ridgefield, Connecticut. How far around Ridgefield, Connecticut do you want to go for this ad? How
Well,
far is Ridgefield?
I reach into New York at this point. So,
how far is that from Ridgefield? 30 miles?
oh no, is it, Steve, 60? Would he go?
You want to go to New York City?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would go to 60. That's fine.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That's a 60-mile radius. Oh, it's maxing out at 50 right now, so.
Okay.
All right, that's fine.
Okay. So now I'm going to go into my expert targeting, right? If you've seen me do this class before, one of the targets I always pick is Zillow. Why do I pick Zillow? If people have said they like Zillow, they're probably looking to buy a home right now,
Right. That's-
right? So Zillow is one of my targets. Always make sure you choose Zillow, not Premier Agent. I don't care about the agents. I care about the consumers, right? Always leave it at or, not and. If you do and, it's gonna, they have to have liked both things. Otherwise, the ad won't serve out to them. Okay. So I'll pick Zillow as a selection. I might put Realtor.com. What else, Dee? What else do you want me to pick?
I would probably, anybody who likes the antiques.
Okay. See if antiques is a choice.
It doesn't look like it.
No, it's not a choice.
Okay.
Which means not enough people who like antiques use Facebook,
Yeah.
right? Someone wrote down Trulia or mortgage loan. So I'll do Trulia. And I'll look up mortgage loans. I wait for this to pop up. There we go. Mortgage loans. All right, is that good right now? That's 4. I like no more than 5 to 7, but 4 is good too. You good? You happy with this audience?
Yes.
Okay. You sure now?
How many are there? How do we look?
Right now it says here there's 4. I picked 4 audiences.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm going to pick save my Facebook ad. And then I get into my duration and budget. The longer you run the ad, the worse Facebook likes it. Why do they say that? Well, 2 things. One, their algorithm's designed to really work well for 10 days. Once you hit about day 14, their algorithm says your ad's too old and we like fresh content. Remember, Facebook's a content provider. They're all about fresh content, fresh content, fresh content. That's why for you, I always say run your ad for about 10 days. 7 to 10 is optimal. 10 seems to be getting me the most number of leads. And I typically pick $50 budget or $5 per day. Okay?
Okay.
Sound good so far? By the way, the benefits of working from home is my wife peeled me an orange. So this is the benefits of working from home. Is she snuck into my office and gave me that. I don't get that in my market center all day long. So now I click save duration and budget. And I click publish campaign. And it's going to charge my Visa and we're off and running, Dee.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Well, don't thank me yet. Let me get you some leads and then we got to convert them and then I got to get my referral income back. So,
Talent and leads.
all right.
Yep.
Look, I can run a whole company, Steve, just by creating leads for the people and selling them. I wonder who's done that before, huh?
There you go.
Right? Hasn't Zillow done that? So, any
Yep.
questions on how the ad was created? Anything about that at all? So I'll show you about editing. I'll show you about editing ads. You can cancel campaigns or you can duplicate campaigns. But like I said, we're off and running now, and in 24 hours, that campaign's going to go live. Okay. Questions, comments, stories, jokes. So far, so good. All right. So now it's pending review. The ad will start tomorrow. If you want to make any changes to your ad, you can duplicate the campaign or stop the campaign. Like this one, I can archive this campaign, but once it's in the live status, okay? Once it's in live status, then you cannot make any changes to it. You're pretty much locked into what you sent out. So either you can stop it or it's going to go. Once it's in live status, it's out there live. So if you don't like what you're seeing, you can stop the ad, but you can't turn around and do anything but that. Like I can edit it, but it's not going to edit it that much. You can refresh your leads. This is a new feature because if we were having a problem the other day where leads were getting caught in the pipeline, so sometimes people needed to do this to refresh their connection, and you'll see this number increase, the number of leads for the campaign that you're running. Okay. Now, once you start getting leads, you're going to get notified by Kelly app, by this icon here that has a red dot in it when you get new leads, or you can just come in here every day and see how many leads you have. And when it changes, click on the number 13 and the most recent leads show up. So far, so good. Now, what I do is when a new lead comes in, my assistant gets notified and she calls them. And then from there, we put them on a smart plan. So they automatically go into smart plan. So this is the follow-up question you guys had before, is you put them on a smart plan. So when I have a new lead like this person, Jamie, that came in, I'm automatically putting Jamie on, and I forgot which campaign she was looking at. She was looking at, okay, that campaign. I automatically put her on the campaign that I've created. So I'm going to automatically put her on my smart plan that I've created, which is, this is a house in Livingston, New Jersey. So I'm going to put her on my Livingston campaign for Facebook ads. And I create my follow-up campaigns for Facebook based on the town. So I would have one for Ridgefield, one for Stamford, one for Weston. I would have, a Facebook campaign because each one of those towns is different. So my follow-up campaign is going to be different. Here's my Facebook one. I've got one for Livingston. I actually have two for Livingston because I'm doing two different tests right now. So I'll pick this one, which sends them a text message right away. And that's what the text message that they're going to receive. It's going to wait a day. It's going to send them an email. And then the next follow-up is going to send them a text message and then another email, etc. So what I'm going to do actually, D, is I'm going to duplicate this campaign and create it for Ridgefield. Okay? Because I want it to be targeted to the people who live in Ridgefield. And I can do that here in New Jersey because my website's a national website, right?
Yes.
Right. So for that lead that came in the other day, they're getting the Livingston Facebook campaign. I'm starting it right now and we're off and running. Okay? Questions about follow-ups, campaigns, smart plans, okay?
Steve, you said that your assistant is automatically notified of your new leads. How does that happen?
I have the lead routing as our team set up she's listed as me as an admin and a buyer's agent. So I have the leads route to her as a buyer's agent, so she gets notified.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Okay. But if I was a solo agent, literally once I got notified of the lead on my phone, I would literally pick up and call and be off and running and go from there. Like
Sure.
I wouldn't hesitate, right? Like I would make sure I call them first, because even though we're touching them with email and text, I gotta call them 2 or 3 times to see if they're real, right? I just have to. So otherwise, they're just a bunch of names sitting here, in dead space.
Stephen, do we need to do anything specific in the back end to make sure that when the lead pops in, it does come to our text? Is there any setting we have to do on
No,
that?
it's built into Kelly. It's built into Kelly. It'll just say lead info in command as a Kelly notification. So as long as your Kelly notifications are turned on your phone, it'll show right up.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah. What else? So D, now I've got to recreate my smart plan because we have to do it for Ridgefield. Okay. So by the way, have you guys seen this new feature in Command that no one else has? Have you guys seen what your website can do now? So we launched a new feature the other day. It's on your consumer app and also on your website that allows someone to search by a place and see all the homes around the place.
Is that the landmark search?
Say that again?
Is that the landmark search?
Yeah, that's the landmark search. But that place, by the way, Steve, could be a grammar school, right? Show me the homes around. Like, give me the name of a grammar school in Ridgefield, Connecticut.
Scotland, whatever.
Farmingdale? Is it called Farmingdale School? Or is it called
Elementary school.
It's Farmingville.
Farmingville, the same as the street of the house.
I was going to put Farmingville School, Connecticut.
Farmingville Elementary School.
You didn't even have to put elementary. Watch.
Okay.
I did this the other day for something. I did this the other day for someone. I didn't even put the state. I didn't even put the state in, and up came the school, which it says, right here. It's in the middle of the screen here, because that looks like a school building to me.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
When you zoom out, it shows you all the homes for sale around it.
The house should be right up the road.
Yeah. Just waiting for my screen to refresh. There you go. Sorry for the delay. Which side of the street's it on? This side? Up here?
Same side. It should be right by New Street, where a new road is, I mean. It should be close to there.
There we go. So it's going to be somewhere over here, right? I don't know why it's not
Where
showing.
is it?
I love tech demos. Price is out of range. That's right. That's why. So I had this for a demo yesterday where the price is out of range. So I've got to change my filters. So thank you for that. If I clear my filters, then it'll show everything. There we go.
A lot of houses.
Yep. But the nice thing about this feature, you realize now that this is something Zillow, Trulia, Realtor.com, and no other real estate broker has right now. And this works on your consumer app, and this works on your website. So when I'm talking to agents who are not with Keller Williams, or I'm talking to my consumers, and I meet a buyer at an open house, the first thing I say at an open house, even if it's a virtual open house, you know, we have technology that no other company has. I know you care about the town you live in, the street, but what if you care about a certain place? Like, I want to walk to town. Why don't I put a landmark, something in the middle of town, and we're going to find all the homes around that landmark that you could buy. Think about the power of that you now have something that no one else has. And if you want to show your client a demo of it, you can easily say, type in on Zillow Soldier Field and see that it takes you to a street in Boston, Massachusetts, and type in Soldier Field on your website, and up comes all the homes in Chicago. Right? This is something that no one else has. I did it an example of someone who said, I want to walk to work, and I work at a hospital. And I pulled up the hospital and showed all the homes around the hospital. Like, and I didn't even put in, I literally put in Valley Hospital, and I did not put in New Jersey. And it knew that there was the Valley Hospital was in a certain town in New Jersey. Like, you didn't have to add it as a state, and it'll do it. I mean, we did Central Park, New York the other day for someone. There's Central Park, and you just start zooming out, and up comes everything around Central Park for sale.
Wow.
Yeah. So what questions do you guys have? Comments, stories, jokes? I know we talked about smart plans really quickly, but at the end of the day, guys, it really comes down to, so Patty, you asked for historic districts. I don't know if it goes by historic districts. It needs a landmark. Like, if that historic district has a landmark, like a statue, and the name of that statue, type in the name of that statue, and that'll show up.
Okay, it'd be cool because some people like to do historic renovations and they want to be in a historic district with that support.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, that makes sense. So again, follow-up comes down to calling your lead, but having a really good smart plan that touches them 8, 9, or 10 times to get them in your world. You see, I've got 9 people on my Milburn one, and it sends them a text automatically, delays, sends them a text automatically, delays, sends them a text, delays, etc. I like a mixed text and email plan, seems to be getting better traction. So have your plan do a series of text emails, but also have it remind you to call them, because if it doesn't remind you to call them, you'll forget. If you forget to call them, you're not going to get the leads.
Jenny,
in the chat window. Can you share smart plan? You can't share smart plans outside of your team or your business yet. You will be able to, but not at this time. And no, we can't place ads on LinkedIn yet.
5 minutes, but I might be out by
Right now, it just comes down to just being on, just being smart plans that you have on for your campaigns. You can share within your team. You can't share them without. Okay. I know LinkedIn is on the drawing board to add into the system, but they haven't told us when they're going to add it in as an ability to add in another vendor to place ads for. Okay. But seriously, guys, smart plans here right now. Like, if I wanted to share the smart plan with all of you, and I wish I could, I can't. I can duplicate the smart plan. I can add people to the smart plan. I can copy the smart plan, edit the smart plan. I can forward the smart plan, but only to people on my team, not anyone outside my team at this point. That feature's coming. It's just right now, again, it's delayed behind some other features that are more important. Team features are more important right now for a lot of reasons. So, yeah. What are the questions?
Could you possibly show us how to do an ad that isn't a listing, perhaps brand awareness or something a little different than a listing ad?
Sure, but let me ask you, who asked that question?
I'm sorry, what did you say?
I said, can I have your name?
This is Christine. I've got a really bad connection, so I'm so sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. So, Christine, I have a question for you before I go into that.
Sure.
What do buyers want on the internet?
That's a great question. I'm not really sure. Buyers are looking to buy something.
Right. They want houses.
Yep.
So the ads that get you the most amount of money and the most amount of leads is housing ads, right?
Okay.
And I think that's the biggest challenge is buyers want houses and sellers want a realtor that finds them a buyer to buy their house. Right?
Got it. Yes.
So So when I run my campaigns, I'm really only running 2 campaigns to make me money. And it's never about my brand. Do you know why? I don't
Okay,
make as much money as Amazon to promote Stephen Gendel and the Gendel Group. I just don't, right?
got it.
So my branding that I do is what I call unbranding. And I run campaigns that ask people on Facebook, find out your home's value, go to www.livingstonhomevalues.com, get your home's value, and then that's unbranded, right? You don't know it's Stephen Gendel. It's just a generic web page. Doesn't tell you who I am, doesn't tell you I'm a realtor, just says get your home's value on on livingstonhomevalues.com where I live. And then once they register, then I brand the hell out of myself.
Great. Oh, can you show us that?
As livingstonhomevalues.com is up right now. I think we took it down, but it might, let me just say Livingston.
And you're right. I don't think I would do an ad about my brand, but I was thinking more about even an event or first-time home buyers seminar.
This is livingstonhomevalues.com.
That's great.
Right, and very basic and generic, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and then it dumps into command when I have a lead. So I'll run an ad to drive traffic to sellers in Livingston or people who live in Livingston, right?
That's great.
And I'll see if I have one that I did recently. I gotta see if I did one recently. Yeah, this is the one I did. This was a while ago, just as a test, right? And I got no leads from it, so I know I did something wrong. But this was a Livingston Home Values ad I ran, and this was back in January. And I only spent $25. So my mindset was, all right, I tried it twice. I did something wrong. I've got to do something else to fix these, right? Because these are 2 homes for Livingston Home Values, and it got me no leads. So I've got to change something in my marketing to get people to click on it.
Absolutely. Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
No problem. But you can run an ad for anything. I'm very hyper focused on, I want leads. I want as many as possible. I have to advertise a house to get that. If I'm running an ad just in Stamford, Connecticut, or just in Ridgefield, or just in whatever town I'm focusing on, Greenwich, then that's going to be a seller-focused ad using a campaign. But I have to have a landing page set up to drive them back in, right?
Got it. Okay.
So if I'm going to attract a listing, right, I want to run a campaign, and I'll call this and I want to run this on Facebook. I might put a fancy house up there and just literally try. So I'm giving you guys, but I want to have a landing page that drives them in, that I'll create, that's unbranded, that just say find value, click here.
Got it.
And it's not because I don't think that other things are important. I constantly think about what buyers and sellers want. Sellers don't want me. They want me to find a buyer for their home, right?
Yes.
We love talking about how great marketers we are. They don't care. They just want us to find a buyer for their home. Buyers want homes.
Yep. Great.
Right?
Got it. Thank you.
No problem. So I could take, as I said, a past listing that I had, which, looks really fancy for Greenwich, Connecticut, or maybe not for Greenwich, Connecticut. I don't know. The homes there are fancier than this home. And I could take this home that already sold. And literally I could say, in this market, click below to learn more, right? And literally I could come in and just, again, do my Bitmojis, right? Short, sweet, to the point. And then find your home true value at, here, right? Then I could type in whatever I want, go ahead and run the ad. This will change and go from there, okay? So for me, it doesn't matter about what ad I'm running. I always want to think is who's going to click on this. If I'm running an event like to build my brand, like I know agents in my office have run events such as they rent out a movie theater and they invite people, right, to the movie theater night, and they rent out the theater for the night, then I'm going to run an ad that said, first 50 people to reply to this will get free tickets to the movie theater night. And I might have 1,000 tickets available, by the way, but I'm going to say first 50, like some call to action to get people to click on it, right? So that makes sense?
That's great. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm trying to get, the biggest challenge in using Facebook as a medium is getting people to not think like realtors, but think like an advertiser, knowing that an advertiser thinks in a 15-second block, right? We don't think that way. We're not trained to think that way, but we have to think that way because the medium we're using to communicate with the consumer is the internet. And if you've heard me teach before, I've said this, the consumer is like a flea on cocaine. If they're a flea on cocaine and they can scroll past you in a second and a half, how do you get their attention? Right? What's going to get their attention? You've got to focus on that. And that's what your messaging has to be in any ad you create. Brand awareness, event listing, even hiring someone, right? Like looking for work now, we're looking to add to our team. Want to learn more? Click here. Like you want to get them off the Facebook medium and into your world. That's the purpose of it. Okay. Dan asked me, I know you showed the smart plan before. Can you talk a little more about your follow-up and conversion plan? Sure, no problem. So I'll go back into my smart plans again. So I created the smart plans I use for my Facebook ads. So if you haven't created a custom smart plan, I would tell you click create up here in the right-hand corner and then create a custom smart plan. Before you start creating the custom smart plan, my recommendation is that you write down the number of steps you want to have for your Facebook plan. So I literally wrote down step on a sheet of paper, good old fashioned. Step 1, send them a text message. Wait a day. Step 2, send them a text message. Wait a day. Step 3, send them an email. Wait 2 more days. I literally wrote down what I wanted the steps to be. And then next to each step, I wrote the copy of what the copy should say. Okay. So don't think this wasn't any different than pen and paper. I'm not that smart. I really just write things down and I take a half a second to analyze them before I implement. And literally my wife said to me on a Sunday, what are you doing? And I said, I'm writing down my Facebook follow-up campaign. And she's like, kind of old-fashioned way to do it. And I said, yep, but in an hour I'll have it written down and then I'm going to go implement it. Right? So I wrote it all down step by step. And that's how these campaigns were created. So that then once I put them in command, I ran the ad and then saw my ROI, shoot up when people started to reply back to me. And remember, once they reply back to you or you call them and they answer, shut the smart plan off. You don't want to be automatically sending them stuff when they've already replied back to you, okay? So you've got to make sure that your conversion and your smart plans are live and ready to go before you run that ad. Otherwise, you're just going to get leads and call them and have nothing else to follow up with them. And we know if it's a 3 to 6 month nurture cycle, you've got to start touching them to get them into your system, okay? Teams can share smart plans with each other. Yes, they can, okay? I don't have a screenshot of my paper copy because I tore it up and threw it away once I put it in here in the computer, right? If you want to get Facebook campaigns, there's a great Facebook group called Command Your Conversion on Facebook, and go into the Command Your Conversion group and type in Facebook follow-up campaigns for command, and people have them and they'll email them to you. You can download them from there. They're there. Templates are there, and you can just copy and paste them or retype them in. I changed them a little bit for my area, but at the end of the day, you can do that yourself, or you can literally just take one of the campaigns that are here and, feel free. Hi, this is a short one. Hi, first name. What are your thoughts, good or bad, on the list of homes I sent you? That's just a conversation we're trying to get started, right? This isn't a long diatribe about anything. This is a text message to someone, right? Quick, short conversation. That's it. Wait a day. Send them another text. Would you like to know about the schools in your neighborhoods? So this quick link will give you more info. And I created a quick link for them to go to that drives them back to my website. Right? Everything I'm doing is designed to engage them in a conversation, to keep them engaged in my world, to then get them on a phone so I can say to them, okay, now that you've already clicked on this and you've already said you were interested, what do you want to do? When are you looking to buy? How soon do you want to buy? What's holding you up from buying now? And then getting them into a sales process. Okay? Questions? The Facebook group is called Command Your Conversion. and I'll type it in the chat window. Okay, it's called Command Your Conversion. What else do you guys want to see? What else do you want to know? Tell me. What am I missing? I know I made it sound simple. It's not simple. It just takes time. You've got to dedicate an hour to setting this up, and then it's simple. But if you're not willing to time block an hour to set this up, then Steve, Debbie, Rick, Dan, all right, none of us can help you. Okay? You know, I have people in my office all the time who say, well, do it for me. I'm like, no, do it for yourself. The system's easy enough to do. You're telling me you can't dedicate an hour to creating a smart plan? I'm asking for 1 hour. If you don't have an hour now to do this, you'll never have an hour. I did this a couple of months ago when I didn't have time, and I still put the smart plan together. Time block an hour. Put it down. This isn't that difficult. And I'm being that direct with you guys because I can't stand when someone comes to me and says, I have no business. And I'm like, well, what have you been doing? Right? I mean, Debbie's like nodding her head because she knows that's my answer, but like, and what have you been doing? Right? Like, there are going to be people coming out of this shift who will never host an open house again because they'll have learned to have done a virtual open house, and they'll put them on Facebook as the home goes live and never have to do an open house again in their life. There are people who are going to sell houses and list houses without ever having to go into houses again to do a listing appointment.
Can I ask one quickie, because I see a question in the chat box about teams sharing smart plans.
Yep.
And can you point those of us who have teams to the right direction to get that set up such that we can make it work best?
All you have to do is the admin for the team or the person who runs the team or the rainmaker has to create the smart plan. And then you see this forward button. This forward button here. All you have to do is click the forward button and then you share it to your team. That's it.
Steve, where was the forward button again?
It's over here on the right-hand side. It's this little arrow that says share a copy.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Click it. That's it.
Oh.
I mean, this isn't that, you know, that's it.
That was worth the price of admission, Mr. Gendel.
Sorry. I mean, there's the button right there. I mean, this is it, you know, add a contact to your smart plan, share a copy of the smart plan, copy your smart plan. Because like you want to create one template and then recreate, like I create one template and then I recreate it for each town, right? So I'm not recreating the wheel. So I created the Milburn one and then I recopied it for Livingston, right? And then this is the edit feature. I mean, that's it. It's pretty like straightforward. So, yeah. What Twilio? Yes, for the texting to work, you have to have a Twilio number set up. The texting will not work if you don't have a Twilio number set up. And so what I'm starting to do is tell my clients, when you look, just know that Twilio number is my text number. Now, obviously, if they're coming off a Facebook ad, they don't know me. They're not a client yet, so they're getting a blind text from me. But I do put Stephen with the Gendel group on it. So at least they know they might have clicked the ad. And I remind them, you clicked on this Facebook ad, which is why I'm sending you this information. Are you looking for blank, right, on the follow-ups? But remember, all these follow-ups, automatic, are great. If you don't call them at least 3 times, it doesn't matter how great the automatic follow-up is, okay? You've got to call them. The reason why I've got 2 buyers ready to close right now is because I called them and also put them on a follow-up plan. Okay. And both are millennial buyers buying, again, $1 million homes. And just so you know, the ad they clicked on was a home that was only listed at $650,000. So they clicked on a $650,000 home because they wanted that neighborhood and that community, but they both bought $1 million homes. Okay. What questions do you have? Comments, stories, jokes, anecdotes, anything?
What else do you have for Steve, guys? We only have a few more minutes of his time.
That's okay. Yes, you have to have a Twilio account to set up a smart plan for texting. You have to. Twilio's got to be connected. That's the automatic that's the automatic engine. Yep. And that's okay. I'll stay on a little bit longer. But you know, I go really super fast, but all of a sudden I look up, I'm like, wow, an hour's gone. So
yeah, it's amazing how fast it went. And it was all really great, Steve.
No, it's okay. You know, again, I spend my day in this system. I would hope you would too. You've got the time at home to spend your day in this system. You should be doing 2 things right now: calling for business and spending your day learning command. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty much all you should be doing right now.
Steve, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
If you've done an ad, I know that there's some backup now because a lot of people are doing ads, but if you've done an ad and it's been in review for more than 4 days, should you just cancel it and assume
Yes.
something is wrong?
Yeah, something's wrong. Either an image is clogging it. We've had a video issue that was clogging it. And now, again, my reminder was send videos that are only 15 seconds long. So we've had some videos clog the pipe. So yeah, cancel it and redo it. 4 days is too long. Yeah, there's an image or video problem, or something else in your ad is causing it not to run. Like, just so you guys know, the Facebook algorithm is so strong. If you mention anywhere in your ad about guns, alcohol, having a drink, or any of your background photos happen to have any of those things, even the minutest of minute, your ad won't run.
Wow.
So that kitchen photo, which is so great, might have a small little bottle of wine on the corner. They'll kick the ad back and won't run because of that.
Do you get a rejection notice of sorts? How do you
No,
know?
it's just that it'll just hang in the system right now.
Oh,
It
okay.
won't even run.
Okay.
Yeah. We're waiting for those rejection notices to come in, but it'll just hang in the system. So yeah, Jennifer, I would redo the ad. You know. Yeah. What else, guys? Nothing? That's it?
I have a question, Jen Barboza. Regarding the video size, with the MLS restrictions of not having branding, do we have to do the same in Command?
You're not on the MLS. This is your ad. This is
Okay, I just didn't know if there
Yeah.
was a correspondence or overlap in any way.
no.
Okay,
Different medium, different channel, you know, different everything. But I want you to think, how can I get someone's attention in 15 seconds for this house? Right? The goal, like, it's funny, when we met with Facebook, a family reunion, they're like, guys, video's the future, but you got 15 seconds to do it. And Google is our partner also at Keller Williams. And Google's like, you need to have a really, really strong YouTube channel, but you're going to use Facebook to run a 15-second ad to get them to go to YouTube to watch the longer ad. Right? You got to start thinking that way. What is your medium? What is your channel? Who's using that channel? Remember, Facebook's a scrolling channel. So I can scroll through your ad and get rid of you. And I'm not deleting you. I'm just scrolling by you. So that's why your ad has to be 15 seconds long to get my attention. It's got to be really 2 to 3 seconds to get my attention if I'm doing a video or a house, because then I got to drive you out of that world into my world, whatever that is, whether it's a landing page or a YouTube channel, to keep you engaged so you want to learn more, right? Before you run any ads in our system, spend a day on your Facebook feed and see what ads you see and see how they're presented to you. Are they long and wordy? Are they one image? Are they 2 images? Like, what are the ads that you're seeing on Facebook that are attracting your eye? How are they being marketed to you? And then craft your real estate ad based on that, because that's going to be what your consumer wants. Or craft your ad based on what a 30-year-old is going to see on Facebook to attract their interest. Don't think like yourself, think like your consumer. Does that make sense? That's why on the ad we did for the farmhouse, I took out all the wording about antique and farmhouse. Short, sweet, call to action, right to the point. Yes? Because I only have 1.5 seconds to get their attention. Questions, comments? Can you show us the smart plan so we can see the order of your steps? Yeah, I can open up my smart plan so you can see the order of the steps, sure. So you just click the plus sign. And again, the trigger feature, by the way, which right now is manually adding them to a smart plan, by summertime will be an automatic ad. So I will be able to, and you'll be able to, come summertime, the moment someone clicks your ad on Facebook, automatically add them to the smart plan.
Awesome.
That'll be summertime. Right now you have to manually add them to the smart plan, but summertime you'll be able to automatically do it. So if someone clicks your ad at 6 a.m., your system will send them a text if that's the way you have it set up. Okay. So yeah, I have a text first. You know, this is a little bit longer, a little bit wordier. Then I get a little bit less wordy. And everything's a 1 or 2 day delay. Short, you know, short and sweet. When we hit the 3rd one, then we have another delay, and then it's day 4. Then it's a 2-day delay and another text. And notice I'm not putting my signature anymore. Like, first it was Stephen with the Gendel group. Now I'm not even putting my signature anymore. I'm just trying to get them to engage with me back. and then I add a longer one at the end. And this is how to get $1,000 back by using Keller Mortgage. So this is the, like, do you want a discount on your loan right now? Do you want to save some money?
Smart.
Right? A little bit more, etc. So that's kind of the steps how I roll through.
So that was all text messages.
Those were all text. Yeah, my Livingston one that I'm doing now that's getting some traction is a mix of text and email.
Mm-hmm.
But how do you call them? You said you called them 3 times. How do you remember to call them if you don't have a step in there?
My assistant knows to call them. She puts a reminder on her system to call them. My assistant calls all the Facebook leads. So this is an automatic one for me. She does the calling.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah, she knows to call.
You can add a step in there, call.
Yeah. Oh yeah, when I create I could literally edit this right now and literally come in here and say, edit this. And I could edit the smart plan and add a step, which is call them.
So it shows on your command on the first page.
Yeah, it'll send me a reminder to call them automatically that I have to call them. So this is an active smart plan, and I can make changes to it.
Kelly sends you a daily.
Yeah. Yeah, I can make changes to the smart plan if I want, though. Yeah. So yeah, you do have to, as Dan said, you have to stop the smart plan and then put them on a different one, because once it starts, it starts. So I'd have to click duplicate and then edit the smart plan and then delete them from this one. So what I would probably do if I said, oh, I want to add phone calls to the smart plan, I would let the smart plan run out for my current leads and just put new leads on the new one I would recreate. I would duplicate this and then just edit a couple steps and add phone calls. And then from there, add the new leads onto that new smart plan. So what else?
Nothing else, guys?
No? All right. Well, thank you for having me. I appreciate it. Let's see one more question in the chat box. Anybody else? No? Guys, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Steve, always appreciate it.
Thanks, Steve. Very much, man.
Thank you.
No problem. D, do me a favor. Send me your contact info so in case I get any leads, I can forward them on over to you. Okay?
I will.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks, Steve.
You got to create a smart plan now to follow up with all those leads, Steve.
I'm going to go do that right now. That's what I got homework now from this class. I got to go create a smart plan before my next meeting. Yes. Yep. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
See ya. Jason Abrams.
Yep.